Hey guys, how you doing? Thank you for tuning back into part 2 of this series about my story, how my eating disorder, my OCD, my anxiety nearly wrecked my life and ended it, and how I'm using it to build and be successful moving forward and create the kind of life that I always envisioned. If you haven't seen part 1, I suggest you go back. I'm going to link it in the description box below. If you guys are liking this stuff, please like, subscribe, and share. It really means a lot to me. I appreciate you guys' support. Like I said, the outreach, the comments, the sharing of the content has been tremendous. So I hope that continues, and I hope that if you guys have something that particularly you want me to cover that I haven't covered on my channel yet or in a long time, please reach out to me. DM me, leave them in the comment section below, and I will do my best to make a video specifically on that topic. But if you did watch the last video, I talked about how my symptoms came about, right? How my illnesses, how my eating disorder, my anxiety, my OCD came about. Kind of a little bit of a back history about my life. Now, I want to talk to you about how I sought help, how I started getting better, what resources, what influences helped me, and how I've turned my past into my fuel for the future, right? To light my fire, to get me to where I'm at right now and where I want to be moving forward. So when I came out of the inpatient facility where I was getting treatment for the second time after a 5-month stint, I started getting in my mind that, okay, now I really want to change, right? Before, I wasn't really sure. And that's one thing that people have to understand is that it's not always somebody's choice. And I say that cautiously. It is your choice, okay? But there's a lot of circumstances that you have to get healthy with first before you can really fully understand that yes, you do have a choice in the matter. And for me, I needed to get nutritionally sound. I needed to get nutrients back in my body. Like I said, I went from 94 pounds and on life support pretty much for a month. So I wasn't really the healthiest. Now, while I was in my stint in the last time I was in an inpatient facility, I gained some weight back, I started getting healthy, my mind started thinking clearly, right? It started processing what had happened, what was going on, and what needed to happen moving forward. Around that time, it was around 2013, I found a guy named Dr. Layne Norton. I'm sure many of you guys are familiar with Dr. Norton, right? Layne's videos had a way of speaking to me that I could understand. He helped me sort throughout a lot of the bullshit that's out there that we're still trying to sort out to this day. But he had this calmness over him as far as confidence and just straightforwardness that I respected. And his videos really talked to me. I learned a lot from him. I started educating myself more about, the science behind it, the principles behind training and nutrition, just soaking up every video that he made, right? That also started getting me in the idea that, hey, I can use my past experience if I get healthy enough to try to help people not ever feel like this again, right? I can help people try to avoid that feeling of depression, anxiety, falling into an eating disorder, and be able to recognize the symptoms before they get too far advanced where they can't handle them. And so that's when I started giving thought to becoming a coach. And I was like, what do I need to do that? At this time, I also started finding people, like a little bit later on, I started finding people like Paul Rivella, a lot of guys on YouTube, a lot of the OGs on YouTube that have now become some of my friends and colleagues and everything, which is just amazing. But all these people helped shape my life, and no more so than Layne. And so I sought out what I needed to do to get to where he is. And I realized I needed to go back to school. So when I was healthy enough, I used my GI Bill to start going back and taking my prereqs, because I was a business major in my undergrad. I did have personal training certifications, I did do that, but my background in my undergrad, back in the early 2000s, was business. And I knew that I wanted to take my medical experience, my combat medic training in the Army, my personal training certification, credentials, my just passion for this, my education, my knowledge base already, and move forward with it. So I started taking classes working towards eventually wanting to get into an exercise science master's program. And as I was going through it, I took all the classes, anatomy and physiology, chemistry, human biology, physiology, things like that. And my passion just started firing. It just started growing. And I actually found out from a friend of mine, Lauren Conlon, who most of you might know too, through one of her videos about the exercise science program that she was in at the University of South Florida. And this was probably around 2016 time period, rough estimate. And so I was like, wait a second, I'm just over in St. Petersburg. It's right across the bridge. I didn't know we had such a great program right in my backyard. So I started looking into that and figuring out what classes I need to try to apply for that. And then I reached out to one of my mentors, professors now, Dr. Bill Campbell, and said, hey, just shot him an email. This is what's going on. This is who I am. This is what I've done, been through. This is what I want to do. Can I meet with you? And graciously, he had me come in. We talked. I applied for the program. And while I was waiting for my admission, acceptance, sorry, I was trying to get the word there, I asked if I could help just volunteer in his USF Physique and Performance Enhancement Lab. Unpaid, I wasn't in the program, but I knew I wanted to be around it. So I took a chance and I reached out to him. And he said, yeah. And while I was there during late September of 2017, Dr. Lane Norton came in and talked to us. He's a friend of the program, friend of Dr. Bill Campbell's. And I was just elated because about 6 months prior to that, I actually wrote Lane an email just saying, hey, listen, this is who I am. This is what I went through. You helped me. You don't know it. You don't know me, but you helped me. I just want you to know that what you're doing makes a difference. And so I was actually able to meet him when he came to our lab. And I pulled him off to the side and I said, hey, I'm the one that wrote you that email. I don't know if you remember it. I'm sure you get thousands of emails, but I just want to tell you in person, I appreciate everything that you do and what you've done for me as far as helping with my recovery. And he did remember. And I said, you know what? That night I shot him another email. I said, thank you for talking to me today. Can I buy you a beer? Can I buy you coffee? Can I kind of pick your brain a little bit? And he graciously responded and had me come over to the house. And he's like, how would you like to start being an intern? I was like, wow, that's intriguing. I would love to learn. I mean, that's what I wanted to do. So I started off with him as an intern, him and Holly, and it just grew, and it grew into coaching and learning the business aspect of the fitness industry, because it is a business, guys. It's not just about coaching. You got to manage personalities. You got to manage business finances. You got to do everything. And slowly over a couple years span, he has become one of my best friends. He was the best man at my wedding, right? Him and Holly are like brother and sisters to me. And that opportunity has just opened up so much in my life as far as professional, right? Educational, because during that time I got accepted into my USF Master's program, and that's what I'm currently in and about to finish up. It helped grow my life personally as well. Friendships that I did not have for so long started coming into my life. I had a close little niche group that understood me, understood what I loved, my passion for fitness and nutrition, and we became like a family. And through all that time, I'm getting emotionally healthy, right? Not just physically healthy, I'm emotionally, spiritually healthy. And I was able to meet my wife, my beautiful wife, Amber, and the love of my life, my best friend. And none of that would have been possible if I hadn't gone through the steps and the treatment of going through therapy from years before, right? Of taking time to heal, of wanting to change once I was healthy enough to realize I needed it, to seeking out help, reaching out to people who were like-minded, who were where I wanted to be to, and get their input, reach out to them, make contacts. I mean, the first time I met Lane, I told him, I was like, he asked me what I wanted to do. I said, basically, I want to do what you do, only better. And I know that sounds arrogant or whatever, but it's just the fact that if you're not willing to progress, if you don't want to try to learn from people and get better, then there's really no point in doing anything, is there? But these friendships, these relationships that I cultivated really, really have changed my life. And my wife, my rock, my best friend, gives me support, even at times when I'm still struggling with self-confidence and doubt, because guys, we're human, right? It's going to happen. We are going to, from times, not feel like we're worthy enough, or what we want is not achievable. And that's just not true. That's just doubt. That's just illness creeping into you, and you are stronger than that. And that's what I had to realize through my eating disorder, my OCD, and my anxiety, is that I was stronger than the illness. So if you're going through anything, if you're having troubles, just seek somebody to talk to. Even if it's just a friend, find a professional, somebody that you can reach out to and confide into, because holding that stuff in, bottling that in, living through that hell each and every day is only going to tear you down. Believe me. I was there in a hospital bed at 94 pounds, anorexic, heart rate in the high 20s, blood pressure low, not thinking I was going to make it through the night. And it's a scary place to be. Looking back on it, I sometimes still look at those pictures and those moments to remind myself that that's not ever where I want to get back to, right? I love life. I love the direction that my life is going. I love the people that are in my life. My friends, Lane, Holly, Noah, Sarah, James, the list goes on and on. My beautiful wife, Amber, my family who throughout the last couple of years I've been able to reconnect with, my sisters, and develop that relationship. I have nieces and nephews. I have stuff to live for, and I have goals. I have dreams. I'm doing well. I'm finishing up with my master's. I'm starting to build a reputation as a coach, which is my dream, to help people. I help general population people transform their bodies, lose weight, gain weight, help them with their mental aspect, right? Help bodybuilders, help powerlifters compete. Everything that I love, I'm now on course to do. Sure, there's times where it's still tough. Sure, there's times where I get depressed. Sure, there's times where I get angry and annoyed and have very, very low confidence. But those times don't last long anymore, because I have the coping mechanisms that I learned, and I have the past experiences that I went through that help shape me now, give me the strength to not only better my life, but better the people's lives around me, better my clients' lives, be a better coach for them, because I understand a lot of the issues that they went through or are going through or are thinking, right? I've had to battle. I've had to battle my whole life. I've had to battle to get to where I am right now, and I'm going to keep battling to get to where I want to be, which is one of the best possible coaches for bodybuilders, powerlifters, general population, to help people grow, to help people in their journey, whatever that might be. So that's a little bit about my story, about my recovery, how I use my past experiences to guide my path now, and how I remember each and every day that what nearly destroyed me has now saved my life and enhanced it. I hope you guys got a little something out of my story. If it resonated with you, leave a comment in the section below. Reach out to me. Reach out to somebody if you're going through something like an eating disorder, anxiety, depression, OCD. It's not a fun thing. It is an illness. It will take over and consume your life. But remember that when you get healthy enough, when you make the decision, you can overcome it, and you will overcome it as long as you are patient, consistent, and just don't give up. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm David Mathis. Once again, if you guys are looking for any coaching or just need to talk, whatever, I'm going to put my information in the description box below. I would love to work with you. I really appreciate all your guys' support, not only on the YouTube channel, but my IG, which is @MathisFitness. I'll leave all that in the description box below too. But let me know, is there anything else that you would like to know about my story? Is there more content that you would like me to put out that I have not put out yet, or that needs updated? Just let me know. I love the comments. I love the sharing. I appreciate the support. Y'all take care. Have a great day. Hit the notification button too, because I am putting out content regularly. And stay tuned for the next topic. Thank you.